Good grassland management is essential to improve grassland utilisation as well as protecting the environment. Weed infestations of 10% can mean a 10% yield loss. Effective control of few weeds can prevent spread, which can be a significant problem for some species. Catchment-sensitive farming can help with advice and grants to farmers in target areas to help reduce negative impacts on water quality, such as chemical use on grassland. There are various non-chemical weed control options. If you decide a chemical control is needed, attention to detail is key. Best practice in storage, product choice, equipment, mixing and filling, application and washing are all needed. Just 1 part per billion of chemical in water can have a negative impact. That's 1 drop in an Olympic-sized swimming pool, or 1 second in nearly 32 years. If chemicals are continually found in water, further restrictions may be applied. From large self-propelled sprayers to small knapsack sprayers, the principles of best practice apply. Storage. Always use a bundled, locked store. All products should be clearly labelled, in date and with the correct MAP number. Ensure precautions are in place should spillage or fire occur. Product choice. Plant protection product approvals change. Check that the product is still approved for grassland, and if in doubt, check with a basis registered advisor. Check the suitability of the product for the weed you wish to control, its growth stage, the application equipment, and influence on non-target species, for example clover. Check the product label to see what personal protective equipment is needed. This might include gloves, coveralls, Wellington boots and a face shield. Check the rate of application you planned is occurring. The Voluntary Initiatives calibration card may help with this. Equipment. However often your application equipment is used, regular checking, depending on usage, is essential to deal with any flaws which might lead to incorrect application or leaks, safety and accuracy. On small equipment, the tank may be smaller, but there is still significant potential risk. All applications should be done by a Noroso qualified operator. Remember that grandfather rights are not valid after November 2015. In some situations, contracting out all applications can help avoid the required investment in machinery and staff. Mixing and filling. Mixing and filling should always take place away from drains and watercourses. Use a bundled area or tray so that any splashes or spills can be more easily dealt with. Triple wash any empty containers and measuring equipment. Add these washings to your sprayer. Have a spill kit available, a non-flammable absorbent material such as a labelled bucket with a lid and dustpan and brush. Clear up any spills immediately and ensure suckback can't occur on the water supply with a non-return valve. Application. Check conditions for application, ensuring the soil is not too wet and there is limited risk of drift. If there are any problems, return to the bundled filling area or tray to address them. Use buffer strips, especially next to watercourses, and ensure appropriate considerations have been made for grazing intervals and manure management considerations as a result of the application. You should wash application equipment afterwards and store equipment inside if possible to avoid rainwater wash-off. Consider where these washings go. If possible, collect and spray on an unsprayed area within the planned treatment area. If all farm businesses implement best practice, this will help reduce the incidence of plant protection products such as weed control chemicals getting into watercourses and therefore improve water quality. This could also perhaps reduce the likelihood of future further restrictions on product use.